You know what? I so appreciate my colleague's questions, but I think he's missing a point here. Even the closing comments about we're doing all this to pay for the CLCPA and the movement to green energy. We do have costs associated with having to transform our economy to a non-oil gas-based economy. That's true. But actually, this money is primarily going to go to remediation of the damage that has been done by the old economy, by the oil and gas company. So even if we didn't have a CLCPA, even if we were foolish enough to think we didn't need to transform to a renewable, non-polluting model of electricity and other energy, we would still be stuck with all the costs of climate change and climate damage. We're dealing with it every day in every district in the state. Our water tables are going up in our oceans and our rivers and our lakes. The temperatures are changing so that we have new invasive species. We have increased forest fires throughout the world. We are having tornadoes and earthquakes in New York State. Those were things you watched happening in other states. We are struggling with adequate water supply throughout this country. We have been told by the federal government that we must spend $55 billion on a seawall at the bottom of Manhattan to prevent Manhattan from collapsing into the water. I believe parts of Brooklyn as well, and I believe parts of Staten Island. Apparently Staten Island is already building itself another seawall. These things cost enormous money. That has nothing to do with CLCPA. That's the damage that we have to deal with day in, day out at every juncture in every part of the state. Where's the money going to come from? It'll come from the state and our localities, because we have to make those repairs. We can't not deal with that reality. So we're paying for it. I'm suggesting with this piece of legislation that the companies who knowingly continued down the path of selling us products that caused all of this should hold some responsibility for paying some of those costs. Now, we can never make them do that, I get it, but then I'm telling you, you don't get off, we have to pay it. The costs are not going away, and they have nothing to do with CLCPA. I believe taking the movements of participating as actively as we can with implementation of CLCPA and moving to green energy and sustainable energy will help us stop seeing things get even worse, even more unlivable, even more expensive to deal with. But that's not what this bill is. It's just saying, you broke it, you have to help pay for it. Thank you. I vote yes. I encourage my colleagues to vote yes. Thank you, Mr. President.